After several weeks of Champions League football, finally match day 8 is about to kickstart. Let me remind you that all the 18 games are going to happen at the same time. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you are in Azerbaijan, whether you are in England, Spain, everywhere, it is going to happen at a point in time. So it's going to be a simultaneous, game. So that is what makes it very difficult in the Champions League last day. It is going to be 21 Eastern European time. And then I think it is going to be 8 p.m. GMT. That is 8 p.m. That is 20 GMT for you. So, yes, that is the Champions League for you. The last games are about to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kobo Sports Room, and this is your Champions League preview. Big night coming up. Click on the subscribe button, press the post notification bell. Let's get straight into the video. So, we have a lot of games coming up. Obviously, we are not going to talk about all the games, but some of the most important games, some of these games have the capacity and the tenacity to change certain things in the table or on the table. And that is what we are going to talk about here. Now, when you check the table, they have already qualified. Bayern Munich has also already qualified. Maybe their position might change, but when it talks about qualification, they have already qualified. They are also second on the league lock. You have Real Madrid also there, having 15 points, Liverpool 15, Tottenham Hotspur 14, Paris Saint-Germain 13, Newcastle United 13, Chelsea 13. That is the top 8. Now the 9th, Barcelona 13, Sporting Lisbon 13, Manchester City 13, Atletico Madrid 13, Atalanta 13, Inter Milan 12, and it goes on and on like that. We have Karabakh FK also having 10 points, sitting 18th on the league. So the top 8 will already qualify for the round of 16. Then there is going to be a one-time playoff. That is, when I say one time, it's not going to be like, just a one game. It is going to be obviously home and away because it's a Champions League, but there is going to be an extra 8 teams that would add up to the first 8. Then they transcend into the Champions League round of 16. Then after that, the Champions League takes its own shape. But one thing we can see or we can realize about this league format is that the competition is tight. At first, the group stages in the Champions League, you could find teams having 18 points, teams having, 16, 17, and other teams having 2 points and all of that. Now it is no more like that. Even Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, they are all having 15 and 18 and all of that. So this one is creating the competition UEFA, intended to create within the teams. So the table or the league format is actually creating the competition because you meet Barcelona, you meet Real Madrid, you meet Chelsea, you meet Manchester City. It is a one-time game in the group stage and you are never going to meet them again. So it's not like, oh, I meet you in home and then we also go and meet in our way. No, that is not how this league format is done. I meet you, whether it is Camp Nou, whether it is Stamford Bridge, whether it is Santiago Bernabeu, I score you and that is it. That is all. So it is sort of creating, competition amongst the big teams in Europe. Now, this also gives us more big games. It gives us more big games to also, witness, especially in the playoff that is going to happen for the teams to qualify for the round of 16. We will see a lot of, big games out there because when you check from the 9th to 18th, there is Dortmund there is Juventus there is Atletico Madrid, there is Manchester City, and there is Barcelona. These are big games. On any day when Manchester City meets Barcelona, it is going to be a big game out there. Now, there is one thing that is very surprising on this table. When you check the 3rd position to up to, let's say, the 13th position, there is a possibility that if you don't do well today, it is going to affect you. Because 13th is, Atalanta has 13 points. Now, the 3rd is Real Madrid. Real Madrid has 15 points. 15 points. So it is just what? It is just 2 points. 2 points separate the 3rd and then the 13th. That is competition. And I commend UEFA for that. That is a solid competition out there in the Champions League. Now let's move into the games. What is happening in the games? A lot of things are happening. I told you the teams you are playing and where they sit is very, 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 very important, and it is going to affect these kind of games. Now, quickly, Arsenal, Kyra, Almaty. I don't think there is anything to talk about here. Obviously, Arsenal are going to win. Arsenal are going to top the table. I don't think there is going to be any upset here. Maybe upset are bound to happen. Games like Atletico Madrid, Bodo Glimt, there might be an upset. There could be an upset. It is normal. It can happen. So, I mean, upset are bound to happen, but Arsenal game, I don't think there is going to be an upset in there. Now, Dortmund and Inter Milan, it is a tough game for even both Dortmund and Inter Milan, because Dortmund are currently sitting 16th. They have 11 points. Inter Milan are also sitting 14th. They have 12 points. So it is just 1 point separating Inter and Dortmund. And Inter, yes, they are okay, but they are not doing really, really well. They are not doing extraordinary this season. Dortmund are also Dortmund, a normal side, a big side though, but they are just a normal side in the Champions League, where there have been times they have gone to the final in recent times and all of that. So Dortmund is also a side or a force to reckon with in the Champions League. You can't really underestimate them. Sheo Gorase is there, my guy. Big shout outs to Sheo Gorase. He's doing really, really well this season. He's performing really, really well. Julian Brandt, all these boys are there. They are doing really, really well. Anslemino has been called back to Chelsea. He was, crying and all of that. Bro, calm down. When you work hard, you will get something to play at Chelsea. But Inter Milan Dortmund game is one game that is going to be a very, very, very crucial game. It is going to be a top game. If Inter Milan wins the game, it means that they are going 15 points and they can enter the top 8. Now, Dortmund, if they win, are also going 14 points. They can also equally enter the top 8. So it is like that. I've told you the third to up to, the 13 point, the third up to 13 position is going to be bloody today, Now, when you check the table, Barcelona are playing Copenhagen. Barcelona are sitting, I think 9th on the league log. They also have, I think, 13 points. Yes, Barcelona has 13 points. They are, on tied in terms of points with, Chelsea, but Barcelona doesn't really have goals like that. They are hoping that today they will score a lot of goals, and that has always been something that has been worrying Barcelona. They concede a lot of goals in the Champions League. I don't really know why. I mean, their defense is a problem, but they concede a lot of goals. Even if they are playing against Victoria Pleasant, they will concede 2 goals. If they are playing against Slavia Prague, they will concede 2 goals. Just look at last 2 weeks what happened. Slavia Prague, they scored 4 goals, but they considered 2 goals. So it means that 2 goals out of your 4 goals. Barcelona are conceded. They have been conceding in the Champions League, considered 3 goals or 3 unanswered goals against Chelsea. All these things are worrying Barcelona. They are scoring, but they are also conceding. And that is what is worrying Barcelona. That is why you see them sitting 9th on the league log. So going forward, I think Copenhagen might come in with, a mentality of coming to at least show something, prove something to Barcelona. But I think if Barcelona doesn't concede that much, they will be good. If they score more goals and they don't concede, probably I don't think Chelsea are going to score plenty, or are going to score more than even 3 against Napoli. It is going to be a tough game, but I don't think Chelsea are going to score like 3 unanswered goals. So if Barcelona are able to score like 3 unanswered goals, it means that they can overtake Chelsea at the 8th position. Now, Chelsea-Napoli game is going to be a tough game. Naples, the city of Naples. I think the last time we went there, I think we won there. I mean, we have so many histories there. So the famous 4-1 in 2012, the Champions League winning campaign. Chelsea social media handles has been posting it. They have been posting it back to back, left, right, center. So I mean, Chelsea have history with Napoli, and Antonio Conte is also meeting Chelsea again. He spoke so well about Chelsea and all of that, and the fact that Chelsea have been spending all of that. But one thing that is very crucial in this game is that Napoli will be missing a lot of players. They will be missing a lot of, in fact, key players. Kevin De Bruyne is missing. He's not going to play. David Neres is not going to play. Billy Gilmore is not going to play. Zambo Anguissa is not going to play. So there is a lot of players that are key players in the Napoli team that are not going to play. So if you are Chelsea, you need to take advantage of this. You take advantage of this situation because they are they have 7 senior players out on injury. So you can't have these, 7 senior players out of Napoli and you go and, churn out mediocre performances against Napoli. Obviously, yes, they want to qualify. They want to qualify and they are going to come in hard. Yes, they are going to come in hard. Assured, they are going to come in hard because they are nowhere to be found in the top 18. So they would want to come into the playoff, slots or get a slot in the playoff that is going to happen after the group stage. So they are going to come hard. But if you are a Chelsea and you have, you know that Napoli have all these injuries, you should be able to, utilize the injuries and then also win as well. Chelsea, on the other hand, I think they don't really have major injury, situation. Romeo Laga is back on track. He's training, but I don't think he traveled. Dario Esigo didn't travel because he's also injured. But aside them, I don't think Azel Desasi is also back. Raheem Sterling is looking forward to get a move out of Chelsea. So I don't think Chelsea doesn't really have any, big injury. Tossing and that so obviously Chelsea doesn't have a lot of injuries. So they are going in with full squad. Kopama trained. Kopama traveled to Naples. So let's see what Kopama will give to Chelsea. Estevao, another dangerous player that can change things for Chelsea today. So let's see what Estevao, Joao Pedro Neto, the Bonito boys. Let's see what the Brazilian boys they will do today for Chelsea. But it is going to be a very difficult test for Chelsea, even though Napoli have injury or injured players. It's going to be a very difficult. Now, if Newcastle lose, they are coming back to, I think, 13th or even 14th. If PSG also lose this game, they are also coming back to 13th or 14th because the team sitting 13 has 13, points. It is shocking, but 13. They have 13 points. So it is also going to be a very difficult test for PSG, but I think PSG will win. I think PSG are too strong to be doing that now. Big game of the night, it will be Manchester City Galatasaray. People don't know why. People will ask me, why is your big game Manchester City Galatasaray? Look at the Galatasaray, 10 points. Look at Manchester City, 13 points. Just 3 points separating them. Now Galatasaray is sitting 17th. They don't want to lose and come back. They don't have 0 goals. They don't have a goal. So they don't want to lose more. They don't want to lose against Manchester City by more goals and come back or leave the playoff zone. So they are going to come in hard. Be rest assured, they are going to come in hard. They are playing away, yes, but they are going to come in hard at the Etihad. Now, Galatasaray have equally quality players that can, on any day, can worry Manchester City. If Manchester City have their players, they also have Leroy Sane, they have Ike Gundogan, they have Victor Osimhen, they have all these boys. They have really invested. So that is why this game is my big game of the night. Galatasaray, Manchester City. It is a game that if I'm given the chance, I would watch because I would want to see what the Galatasaray boys, what the investment they did are going to do for them in a game against Manchester City in a Champions League night at the Etihad. Is Gundogan going to show up? Because he's a key player, he's a big player. Is he going to show up? Is Leroy Sane going to show up? Is Victor Osimhen going to show up? That is a story for another day, or that is a story for today. Tonight we will see if they are going to show up. But this is a big game. It's a big game. Galatasaray versus Manchester City. Don't joke with that game, bro. Don't joke with that game. Bayern Munich, PSG, and I don't think a lot is going to happen. Monaco, Juventus. Juventus are also, they are also fighting for their lives right now. They are sitting 15th, so they are also fighting for their lives right now. So, that is always, the case. So Juventus, if they are able to get at least 1 point or probably get all the points, and then they will be fine. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your Champions League, preview, the big game, last game coming. But Charlie, more matches day, a lot of matches, about 18 matches. And that is why M Sports comes in, bro. M Sport is offering you one of the biggest odds in the market right now. So make sure you hop on M Sports and go and bet there, bro. A lot of offers there for you. One app, yeah, the aba. 2 app, then I'll pay home and away, then I'll pay away to win in the half, home to win in the half, handicap, Asian handicap, BBR or M Sports. Make sure you go there and you go and bet on M Sports. Bet on M Sports in this Champions League. In this guy,
In this Kenya, this is Kobo Sports Room, and this has been your Champions League preview. Click on the subscribe button, press the post notification. But I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your time. Take care of yourselves and peace.